Alright, so today we're doing a little different thing. We're out here at a residential pond, and we're going to be trying just for some bluegills and maybe some bass. Sorry about my hands being dirty, I just dug some worms in case I can't catch them with the fly rod. Going to be using a little dry fly, so hopefully we can see some pretty cool explosions on top. And we'll just go out and see what we can do. The main goal is to practice. When you're on a trout stream, sometimes you're really not paying attention to your form because you gotta avoid trees, and maybe there's a big fish out there that you're really looking after. So sometimes it's good just to go back to somewhere where you can cast and make nice, long, graceful casts, and make sure you do everything right. So who knows if we'll catch anything today, but we'll let you know if we do. Oh, I have a nice bass looking at this. He's probably 15, 16 inches. He came up to it and he thought about smacking it. Now he's moved off of it. That's unfortunate. That would have been a real cool fight on the fly rod, especially with this small of a fly. I just missed a little guy on top. Flies are definitely out today though. Missed another little guy. Where are the big boys today? We got whacked again by a little one. I just missed my first really good fish. Right on top. And we'll see if we can get them to recommit. They're kind of staging by that tree in the water. A lot of structure. This pond doesn't have a whole lot of structure. Missed one there. So it's kind of a natural conjunction point for them. And there, missed him again. Should stop talking and start fishing, right? Well, maybe I talked too soon. I was definitely thinking, there we go. This is a nice bluegill, not a big one, but, oh, nope, it's a green ear. There we go. Not a bad looking green-eared sunfish. He has been caught before though. So that's interesting. And, we'll let him go here. Get that right out of his mouth. Go. Oh, that's a little guy. I think I still got him on. So that's the unfortunate thing about this pond is sometimes they bite real good, and sometimes you get ones like this. But what they'll do for you is they'll show you how a subtle bite is. That was a little bluegill. Let him right back in the water and go after another one. Hopefully we can find some more quality fish. That green ear was good sized, but oh, this is alright bluegill. He's fighting real good. Oh, that's actually a better bluegill than I thought. Yeah, this would be a pan-sized one if we were keeping today. Look at how fat he is. There's a nice gill. How fat he is. We're gonna get him right back in the water. All right, I think we found the spot. Also a good time when you're on a little pond like this and trying out different techniques is to switch things up a little bit, throw something that you're not as familiar with. I usually trout fish with wet flies, so nymphs and emergers, mainly because I fish deeper pools and faster water, so I feel that with a nymph that I can get down to the fish better and I can give it a better presentation, whereas those wet flies don't do a very good job at necessarily catching what I'm looking for. So I'm trying to fish with a wet fly just to, you know, get the difference in the feel of your cast and your cadus, of how you pull it in and how you give it just a little longer time on that retrieve. And you know, you'll find that you enjoy throwing it. Or not. There's a great cast, and that's why we practice. There we go. Got one. I don't know what it is yet. It's a smaller fish. Oh, somebody else wanted to eat him. I think this is a little largemouth. It is a little largy. Yes, this is what we're looking for. This makes me happy. A while ago, this pond didn't have largemouth bass in it. So we got a couple in that were decent sized, you know, 8-9 inches. And I think that's a sign of a successful spawn. One thing about Iowa that always is true: the weather. You don't know what it's going to do, because it doesn't either. 15 minutes ago we had a beautiful sunny day, and now we're to a gray cloudy sky with drops of rain on my head. This is certainly going to make seeing bites harder. I have to watch that tippet much more. It's also going to make getting bites harder. Since I'm using something right under the surface. And these guys are hitting stuff obviously on the surface. There, I got a little guy. Oh, of course, as soon as I get the little guy, the big guy rolls out from underneath the dock 3 feet in front of me. See if I can get him quick. Nope, he's not having it. That's unfortunate. Catch the little one, watch the big one swim away. I guess that's why he got big, right? Yeah, these are pretty short casts on this side, but, you know, you've definitely caught trout before on short casts just as much as long casts. So might as well practice both, right? Oh, see? That's why we practice. I caught the end of my pole. Right on the tip. So, the rain has made it impossible, so what we're going to do is we're going to use a little ultralight here. This is also something I use while trout fishing, a little night crawler on a 1/32 ounce hook. This I don't have to depend on sight near as much. I got much more feel on how if it's getting any bites or anything like that. And since we're using live bait, we should do pretty well below the surface. They should always be biting on worms. If they aren't, they're crazy. Crazy talk, I tell you. Anyways, good thing this GoPro is waterproof. Where is he? Oh, he's out there a ways yet. Just what I mean. Good thing this GoPro is waterproof, because who knows, I might not be someday. Nice little bluegill. Back he goes. So this is just a slow roll retrieve, nothing too fast, no jigs. We're not to the point here in Iowa where they're bed fishing is bed fishing for bluegill, that is, or bass for that matter. So it's kind of early for that. So you're just kind of looking for searching fish, and you're trying to cover a lot of water. Just a nice slow roll, does pretty well. So keep that in mind when you're going for tactics. It doesn't always have to be, you know, a bobber or just on the bottom. Just a nice, easy little retrieve, and you should catch fish. So when a spot dries out, how do you locate a new one? Well, this is a pond, so you kind of make your way around. But you can certainly find better spots and worse spots. So now, instead of being on the deep part, we're kind of on the edge of the, oh shoot, there's a big bass. Oh. There's a giant bass right here who just came after this bluegill. We're just going to see if we can get her to do that again. I'm not really equipped to catch that big of a bass. This is only a trout rod, but all right, that bass ran off. Anyways, so how do I pick spots? Well, I'm looking at where food comes from, where nutrients come from, all the things that fishies need. So oxygen's going to come from that upper pond there, as well as, you know, insects and anything else. Also, there's a nice little drop off here, so the fish can kind of sit in the deeper area and just get kind of filter fed to them. Expending less energy for more food. I like it, and that's how I live too. Just missed one. Let's see if we can catch a crappie here. This is my crappie spot. Oh, he came off. I spoke too soon. There's your crappie. Yes. This is what we're looking for. What did I say? We're looking for crappie. And here he is. This is an alright crappie. Boat flip. Alright, let's get a good view of this guy. That right there is a nice crappie. He's going back in. He gets a free pass today, but maybe not in the future. See if we can get another one. I just got nicked. There we go. Oh, he's still on. Oh, he came off. With these crappies, their lips are so thin. I'm gonna add some more worm on. Their lips are so thin that you gotta get them on a decent hook set, but you can't over hook set them because you'll just rip right through their lips, even with this short pole. So I try and just reel up tight and keep tension on them the whole time, because I have ripped off some really nice crappies, and it's the worst feeling in the world. So I'd rather, you know, give them a light hook set rather than typical bass sized hook set, you know, where you go from 90 to 180 with the pole. All right, we're gonna see if we can get one more before this rain gets too crazy. Something's coming in. Oh yes, yes, there we go. There's another crappie. This is another monster crappie here. Oh my God, there's a huge bass right on him. Crappie. Look at the size of that crappie. That is huge. Alright, so I don't know how this is going to work, but that is a monster crappie right there. Hopefully we get him in shot. We're going to release him, and then I think we're going to call it a day. 2 giant crappies in a row. Look at that. That is a slab. He's thick. He's long. He's going to make some pretty babies later in the spring. And there he goes. Alright, I joked on you there, guys. I want to catch one more fish like that. That was a monster crappie. Actually, both those last 2 are monster crappies. So we're going to see if we can get one more. Maybe there's only 2 big ones right there, but I'm thinking that where there's 2 of them, there's got to be at least one more all right sized one. Then we got to get out of here because this rain is... Oh, there was a little guy. I saw him. He wasn't very big. Oh. This rain is gonna start making me melt like the Wicked Witch of the West. If I could figure out how to find the W's. Well, who knows? I might have found the only 2 crappie in here. I'm out of worm. They really don't like bare hooks around here. Greedy buggers. About like that. Nip it off. And go back after them. They might not want to bite because they did just watch 2 huge ones get pulled in by an unknown force and return with holes in their lips. So I would understand if they decided that watching 2 of the big ones get caught for the day would kind of change how they feel about biting. Bass just ate a bluegill over there. All right. I'm thinking this is going to be the last cast. One more. Last cast, can't in on a bust. This is a problem with fishermen. They keep telling you one more cast, one more cast. And you're out there for 6 days and still haven't caught a fish. Alright, one back on the drop off and then we're calling it a day. Because this rain is making me melt. All right,